your boy Groovy tapping in with y'all boys, and welcome back to another vid. LeBron blames role players for playoff losses on Mind the Game. Listen, man, the self-proclaimed GOAT himself, Mr. LBJ, takes no accountability again. This man LeBron gonna blame the coach, the players, the training staff, the fans, before he put the blame on himself. Bro, as a leader and as the self-proclaimed GOAT, you cannot be doing stuff like this, bro. You cannot. Why are you throwing your teammates under the bus? I don't get it. As y'all can see, man, him and Steve Nash started up a podcast called Mind the Game. Y'all know last year, him and JJ Redick had a podcast, and somehow LeBron pulled the strings to get JJ Redick a head coach job. Now, I don't know what's going on here. Maybe they just talking hoops, or maybe Steve Nash looking for a head coach job himself. You feel me? So, I do want to see what this video is talking about. So before we hop into it, man, like the video, comment down below any videos y'all want Young Groovy to react to next. And last but not least, subscribe to the channel if you're new. And I'm a little sick too, though. But it ain't stopping the grind, though, man. Let's hop into it.
The other one that's kind of a larger margin is assists. Assists go down. Assists go down. I mean, we could talk a little bit about that, but it's essentially what happens is these are intense scouts.
Yeah.
You are taking people out of what they want to do.
There you go. You said it right there. Assists go down because ultimately a role player can win or lose you a game.
Lord Jesus. I wouldn't do that just yet. Cause your ass is mine.
A role player can win and lose you a game? Brian, you supposed to be the GOAT. Why are you relying on role players? Like, I don't get it. You supposed to will your team to victories. Yeah, the role players play a part, but you don't just rely on them heavily to win or lose you a game.
Fanboys, your king is on his last leg.
He is. Damn.
He is down to resorting to blaming the role players for losing playoff games. Just in case you've been hiding under a rock or you at work. Lebron James Mind the Game episode 4 came out today, and there was a segment in this episode where they were talking about the playoffs. They were talking about how the stats come down in the playoffs. And I agree, the stats definitely come down in the playoffs. But they were at one moment talking about why assists come down in the playoffs. And Lebron James got up here and said, the role players can lose you the game.
Damn.
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. LeBron need to take a speech class bad, man. Bad. He can't even formulate sentences and formulate his own words into a coherent sentence in a way that we can understand. Damn. It is very clear that Lebron James got an 8th grade education level, and it shows in these interviews. That's why he needs somebody smarter than him on the podcast to help lead him through his questions and answers. But let's take a look at the clip on what he said about the role players winning and losing you games.
These are intense scouts.
Yeah.
You are taking people out of what they want to do.
There you go. You said it right there. Assists go down because ultimately a role player can win or lose you a game. And when it comes to coaching and you get from one round to the first round, second round, conference finals, there's certain guys that can win you a game. And when it comes to coaching, they're going to say, Steve is going to do what Steve does. Luka's going to do what Luka does. LeBron going to do what LeBron does. Kevin Durant's going to do what Kevin Durant does. But it's that guy or that guy. In their wins, he averages this.
Right.
In their losses, he averages this.
Right.
That's the assist, because myself, you, Luka, guys that we know we need our teammates. We know in order for us to really reach our pinnacle, we have to make sure that these guys are super engaged on the offensive end as well. because they're going to defend the hell out of the ball. They're going to be scrappy. They're going to run through a wall for us. But we need them to make those timely shots, and that's where the chess game comes in.
Right.
You know, and I think that's what you're saying. You know, the assists going down because now coaches are saying, okay, that guy in wins and that guy in losses,
right.
we got to be able to try to take him out.
I mean, I kind of get what he's saying a little bit. My thing is, why are you relying so heavily on the role players? You feel what I'm saying? Like, if you're the GOAT, the greatest player of all time, I feel like you should be able to get a bucket when your team need it. You should be able to come through during clutch moments, and not relying on your role players, though. You know what I'm saying? But I do get where he's coming from, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as the X's and O's, you know, the star players going to do what the star players do. And then you go down to the role players. Okay, this role player typically plays better at home than away games and stuff like that. But, bro, if we talking about the greatest player of all time, bro, F the role players, win us the game. Like what are you talking about? I understand, like, get your teammates involved and you know, get them more engaged into the game. But when it's crunch time and it's time to win the game, you got to go to your best player. You feel me?
That's right.
Steve Nash is on a kissing ass tour. Right?
Oh, God.
Steve Nash is on tour, man.
He's
got to go from
tour.
different sections of his house kissing LeBron's ass. He just sitting up there nodding his head. Yup. Yeah, you're completely right. Absolutely.
Oh, my God.
Exactly, LeBron. Yes. Like a school teacher or so, man. Now LeBron wants to take the pressure off of the superstar.
Exactly.
You got to understand that we're not finna blame the role players for the loss.
He's playing the star players.
The janitor can't be responsible for the CEO.
Exactly.
Imagine you are invested in a company, and this company promises, hey, we're gonna hit record numbers in our financial report. And when that financial report comes out, they under-deliver on those numbers. Mm-hmm. And then the CEO gets on a press conference and say, hey, man, this is the janitor's fault. I know I told you not one, not two, not three, not four, but hey, the janitor is the reason why we under-deliver.
And LeBron don't even get this either, bro. Like, when y'all lose a game in the postseason, we looking at you, LeBron. We looking at you. You're the star player, and you're the quote-unquote GOATs, the greatest basketball player to ever touch a court. We're looking at you. We're not looking at your teammates or the 7th, 8th man on the bench. We looking at you, bro. What did you do? What the box score looking like? Like, what are you doing to help your team win? When you calling yourself the greatest player of all time, that comes with high expectations. Literally. Don't put all the pressure on your role players, bro. You don't do that. MJ didn't do that. You feel what I'm saying? He ain't blaming his role players. He ain't blaming Steve Kerr on a playoff loss. You feel me? So LeBron just got to understand that, though, bro.
We being real, you going to be looking at that CEO like,
bullshit.
LaForty, you got some nerve, man. I don't want to hear about role players when you have 2 other all-NBA players on your team. Mm-hmm. There is not one finals that you have been to or one series in the playoffs that we can pinpoint and say, hey, the role players cost LaForty James a championship.
Yeah, nah.
If right. Greg Popovich said in 2007, hey, LeBron is going to be LeBron. Let's not even worry about LeBron. Let's focus on the role players. Why did you go from 27 points a game to 22 points a game? Your assist and rebounding went up.
Wow,
but what happened to your shooting percentage? Your field goal percentage went from almost 48% and 31% from 3 all the way down to 35% and 20% from 3. I don't think you could blame the role players for that, man. I think they shut you down. I think the lights got too big for you. Stop making excuses. You average 6 turnovers a game in the NBA Finals. That ain't got nothing to do with the role players, man.
6
What about 2011? In your first season with the Heat, you averaged 26.7, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists. But when you got down to the finals, you averaged 17.8 points a game, LaFoe.
Damn.
You lost nearly 10 points in production. You didn't score
Bro,
25
what the
points
hell?
in any of those finals games.
My
In
God.
game 4, you notoriously had 8 points in that game. LaFoe, you can't blame the role players for that. In games 2 through 5, you scored 6 points combined in those fourth quarters.
LeBron.
You were a minus 36 in
Minus 36
that finals.
in the NBA Finals? LeBron James, the greatest player of all time. The self-proclaimed GOAT himself. Nigga, you dropped 8 points in the finals. You're blaming your teammates on playoff losses. GOATs don't do that. Michael Jordan never did that, bro. Stop.
I don't want to hear about role players can win you or lose you the game.
Damn.
I know it's going to be a fanboy in the comment section like, hey, Zay, that's old, man. You steady bringing up old stuff. Okay, let's go back to last year. You couldn't do a damn thing with Jamal Murray coming off a calf strain.
Damn.
You got dunked on by Jamal Murray.
Damn.
You got dunked on by Jokic.
Damn.
You not getting back on defense.
Yeah.
You turning the ball over.
Damn.
Averaging 4 turnovers a game. The infamous 6 turnovers in game 2 and 7 turnovers in game 5. You should be ashamed of yourself. I wonder, will there ever be a time where he takes accountability as a man, like a man, and say, hey, man, I didn't get the job done. This one's on me. And this is just one of the many reasons why LaFoe James can never be a GOAT. He can never be in the GOAT conversation
at all.
And this is the part of the video
blames, he points
where
the finger at
I need y'all
everybody.
to beat the comment section up. Is Steve Nash in the Hall of Fame of kissing ass? Do you blame LeBron James or do you blame his role players for his failures in the finals and the playoffs?
LeBron.
Let me know down in the comment section, who do you think he will blame or what will he blame for losing to the Minnesota Timberwolves in the first round? Let me know down in the comment section. Don't forget to hit me with the HBO special. Help our brother out with some likes, comment, and subscribe. It's 93 Zay, and I'm out this thing.
Hey, man, shout out to 93 Zay, man. Just came across his channel, dope content. Look, man, LeBron blames role players for playoff losses, bro. Listen, LeBron takes no accountability, bro. He don't know how to hold himself accountable. Every time he takes an L, he don't take it to the chin like a man. He points fingers at everybody. He points fingers at the coaches, his teammates, the goddamn trainers, the goddamn fans. He finds a way to blame anybody but himself, bro. And when it comes to the playoffs, when it matters the most, and you calling yourself the GOAT, listen, bro, you supposed to be willing your teams to win, bro. Literally, bro. Yes, the role players matter. Yes, they could, make a few plays to, switch the momentum in games and, help the star players out sometimes. But in reality, bro, when y'all lose a game, bro, the media and the fans are going to look at the best player on the team and see what they did. Literally, bro. Nobody's looking at the role players and be like, oh, he's the reason why they lost. No, they looking at the star player and seeing what you did. You know what I'm saying? And majority of the time, bro, LeBron don't really be performing well, bro, under pressure, bro. He really don't. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he has those moments where, he came out on top, 4 championships, yes. But he been to the finals 10 times and lost 6 of them. You feel me? So go back, do your research, bro. Look at LeBron's stats. You feel me? Like, yes, the ones that he won, he performed well, but look at the ones where he lost. Yes, he gonna blame the role players. I mean, it's easy to blame the role players, but it's hard to take accountability, bro. In LeBron's case, it's hard. As the self-proclaimed GOAT, man, you got to take these losses to the chin, man, and just be a man about it. Go on to the next season and get better. You feel what I'm saying? Don't blame your teammates and trade your teammates at the trade deadline and switch coaches every year. Like, stop. Stop doing that, bro. Hold yourself accountable, bro. If you can't do that, bro, just retire. And bro was right, bro. Steve Nash was kissing ass this whole interview. Kissing ass, man. But yeah, bro. Maybe he's trying to get a head coach job or get a job somewhere on the Lakers coaching staff, or I don't know. But yeah, LeBron, take some accountability, bro. Stop blaming your teammates. And just perform well when it matters, bro. And people will stop getting on your ass about stuff like this, bro. For real, bro. But stop blaming your teammates, nigga. Hold yourself accountable. But anyways, like the video, man. Comment down below, man. Any videos y'all want Young Groovy to react to next. And last but not least, subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'm going to catch y'all in the next one.